What drives someone to transform industries, change the world, and push beyond the limits of possibility? Is it money, fame, or something else entirely? For Elon Musk, one of the most innovative minds of our time, the answer may surprise you. It's not about building the next billion-dollar company or becoming a household name. No, for Elon, it's all about one thing, a purpose that goes far beyond just personal success. But what is it that truly fuels his relentless ambition? What is the force that keeps him moving forward when others might give up? Where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more inspiring stories, or please complete our 1000 subscribers. Today, we're diving into a side of Elon Musk that most people rarely see. The driving force behind his seemingly endless energy, the secret motivation that propels him to not only revolutionize the tech world but reshape humanity's future. In this video, we'll uncover how Musk's mission isn't just about launching rockets to Mars or creating the world's most advanced electric vehicles. It's about something much deeper, something that keeps him waking up every morning, focused and determined. We all know Elon Musk as the visionary behind Tesla, SpaceX, and a number of groundbreaking projects, but there's a hidden story behind his success that goes beyond the headlines. Despite facing countless setbacks, failures, and even ridicule, Musk continues to push forward, refusing to let the pressures of the world stop him. So, what keeps him going? What's the real reason behind his drive to change the world? Throughout his journey, Musk has faced challenges that would have broken most people, but he's always bounced back, and it's this resilience that makes him unique. Whether it's overcoming near bankruptcies or pushing the boundaries of technology, his ability to stay focused on his greater purpose has set him apart from the rest. But how does he maintain this level of perseverance, especially when the stakes are so high? There's a reason why Musk keeps striving to make the impossible possible. He's not doing it for the glory, and he's certainly not doing it for fame. It's about something bigger, a mission that involves the future of humanity itself. But, as you'll soon learn, his true motivation is rooted in something much more personal, something that's shaped his entire outlook on life. So, what is this secret that keeps Elon Musk so motivated? What's the one thing that drives him to continue changing the world when others might have given up long ago? The answer might surprise you, and it's something that could completely shift how we think about success and innovation. Stick around as we dive deeper into Musk's personal journey, and get ready to discover the one thing that keeps him fighting for the future, no matter the odds. Don't go anywhere, because what's coming next might just change everything you thought you knew about Elon Musk and about the real purpose behind his world-changing ambitions. As we continue to unravel the mystery behind Elon Musk's drive, it's important to step back and look at where it all began. Many people think of him as the modern-day Tony Stark, with his larger-than-life persona, flashy cars, and space missions. But behind the media frenzy and the groundbreaking achievements, there's a man with a deep sense of urgency and an unwavering belief in his mission. A mission that, quite frankly, could be seen as a little too ambitious for most. Elon's journey to becoming the world's most well-known tech mogul wasn't always a smooth ride. In fact, for much of his early life, things didn't go as planned. Born in South Africa, Musk had to fight for everything he wanted. A self-described geeky kid, he didn't fit in well with his peers. He found solace in books and computers, teaching himself coding at an age when most kids were just figuring out how to play video games. But it was this self-sufficiency that planted the seed for something much larger. Musk's early struggles with bullying and social isolation eventually shaped his perspective on the world, a world he was determined to change, no matter the cost. The pivotal moment in his story came when he decided to leave South Africa for North America, seeking a new life in the land of opportunity. He attended Queen's University in Canada before transferring to the University of Pennsylvania, where he pursued degrees in economics and physics. It was during these years that Musk started to piece together his grand vision. He wasn't content with just making money or living a comfortable life. His ideas were far bigger than that. They were world-changing. In the early 2000s, Musk's name began to gain recognition with the launch of his first major venture, Zip2, a company designed to help newspapers create online content. He sold it for nearly $300 million, but instead of sitting back and enjoying the fruits of his success, Musk reinvested every penny into more ambitious projects. He went on to create X.com, which later evolved into PayPal, before it was sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. By now, Musk had the financial resources to go after something truly transformative. His vision of electric cars, affordable space travel, and renewable energy was no longer a dream, it was a mission. But with each new venture, the stakes got higher. Tesla's journey was anything but smooth. There were moments when the company teetered on the brink of collapse, with Musk spending sleepless nights and pouring his own money into the company to keep it alive. Yet through all the chaos, there was one constant to his belief that humanity's future depended on his success. But what was that belief really rooted in? What was the source of his incredible perseverance? It's not just the tech or the innovation. There's something deeper, something more personal. Musk has always spoken about the importance of creating a future that's sustainable, one that's better for generations to come. But beneath those lofty goals, there lies a more urgent drive. A fear, perhaps, that if he doesn't succeed, the future could look far worse than we imagine. But we still haven't uncovered the one thing that really keeps him going, even when everything seems to be falling apart around him. So, what is that mystery force, and how does it shape the way he sees the world and his role in it? The answer is closer than we think. As Elon Musk's empire expanded, so did the pressure. Tesla's rise to success wasn't a smooth, linear path. For every victory, there was an obstacle that seemed insurmountable. He had already risked it all: his time, his money, and his reputation, but something deeper was driving him. Behind closed doors, Musk would push himself to the brink of exhaustion, making decisions that would leave most people trembling. Some questioned his sanity, others questioned his motives. Was he really the genius he appeared to be, or was he simply a man obsessed with an idea that might never come to fruition? Tesla's early days were filled with peril. The electric car company was losing money faster than it could produce vehicles, and Musk's belief in the company was being tested by the market's skepticism. Every time a new setback occurred, whether it was production delays or technical failures, Musk's resilience was called into question. Investors were on edge, and it seemed like the company might not survive. It wasn't just the business that demanded so much of Musk's attention. His personal life also began to unravel. The pressures of running multiple companies, while trying to keep up appearances, strained his relationships. Friends and family were concerned about his mental and physical well-being, seeing the toll the stress was taking. Musk, however, remained singularly focused. In his mind, the stakes weren't just about the survival of Tesla or SpaceX, they were about the future of the human race itself. The tension in his life only seemed to fuel his determination. But how much longer could he keep this up? And then there were the moments of doubt. Moments when even Musk questioned if it was all worth it. What if all of these, the sleepless nights, the financial risks, the sacrifices, wasn't enough to change the world? What if he couldn't do it? What if humanity's future wasn't as bright as he believed? Those questions lingered in the back of his mind as the clock ticked on, and as we dig deeper, the real reason behind his unyielding drive is starting to take shape. But it's a truth more complicated and haunting than we can imagine. As Musk's companies continued to hang by a thread, there were moments when it seemed like the walls were closing in. SpaceX was facing near bankruptcy, and Tesla's future looked uncertain. Even with billions of dollars to his name, Musk felt the weight of the world pressing down on him. He poured his energy into solving one crisis after another, only to watch new challenges rise in their place. The world was watching, and every failure, every misstep was magnified. But it wasn't just the external pressures. Inside, Musk was battling his own fears. As the leader of these groundbreaking ventures, his mind often wandered to darker places. What if all of this was a colossal mistake? What if he was just chasing an impossible dream? The whispers of doubt were relentless, especially in the dead of night when he found himself alone in the office, staring at numbers that didn't add up, or at prototypes that failed yet again. Despite all of this, he refused to stop. Every failure, every obstacle only seemed to make him more determined. Musk's obsession with innovation was taking its toll, not just on his companies, but on his health and personal life. People close to him saw the toll the constant stress was having on his sleepless nights, the endless meetings, the late-night brainstorming sessions that stretched into dawn. His relationships were fractured, and yet, Musk pressed on. He knew the stakes. He couldn't back down now. With each setback, Musk grew more consumed by his mission. His thoughts swirled around one single idea: the future. A future that he believed was slipping away, a future that required his intervention. The pressure was mounting, and yet, the question remained: what was the true source of his drive? What was the one thing that kept him going despite everything pointing to failure? As the tension built, the climax was fast approaching, and everything Musk had worked for would soon be put to the test. Just as Musk's grip on his mission seemed to solidify, an unexpected crisis shook the foundation of everything he had worked for. The world had begun to take notice of SpaceX's potential. But the next phase of his interplanetary dreams was marred by a sudden and devastating setback. A series of catastrophic rocket failures rocked the company. These were not just technical issues, they were significant enough to threaten the very future of SpaceX's mission to make humanity a multiplanetary species. Musk had already faced immense pressure, but this was different. This wasn't a small setback, yet this was a full-blown disaster that could undo years of work, testing the limits of even his famed perseverance. With investors growing restless, the stakes couldn't have been higher. Musk found himself back in his office late at night, looking at the news of the rocket explosions, feeling as though he was standing on the edge of the abyss. It wasn't just SpaceX on the line anymore. Every ambition, every plan for a sustainable future, every breakthrough idea he had worked so tirelessly to implement was now under threat. The tension only increased as he realized that the global spotlight was turning to him once again. The world was now asking the same questions. Was Elon Musk really capable of pulling off the impossible? Could he save his companies, or had he bitten off more than he could chew? People were beginning to doubt, and Musk, despite his usual resilience, felt the weight of those doubts creeping in. His worst fears were being realized. But just as things seemed to spiral out of control, an unexpected ally stepped in as someone with connections that Musk had never fully counted on. A quiet figure, with a history of high-stakes investments, approached him with an offer, a last-ditch effort to save SpaceX and Tesla. The catch? The terms of the deal would require Musk to relinquish some control, giving up parts of his company to an outside force. Musk found himself at a crossroads. The chance to save his companies and continue his vision for the future was within his grasp, but it came at a steep price. He had always prided himself on being the sole visionary, the person who could lead the charge to change the world. Now, he was faced with a choice: risk losing his entire empire, or give in to the compromise that might just save everything. The future of SpaceX and Tesla was hanging in the balance, but Musk was about to make a decision that would forever alter the course of his journey and the course of humanity's future. What would he do? Musk was at the tipping point, his entire empire balanced on a knife's edge. The decision he faced was monumental. If he accepted the outside investors' offer, SpaceX and Tesla would survive, but they would no longer be his to control. His life's work, his dream of a sustainable future, of taking humanity to Mars, would be steered by someone else's vision. But if he refused, There was a real chance both companies could collapse, and all of the years of work might go up in smoke. The tension was unbearable. Musk didn't sleep for days, consumed by the weight of this life-altering choice. In the end, his decision came down to one core belief: humanity's future could not depend on anyone but him. He refused to let external forces dictate the course of his mission. With the eyes of the world watching, Musk took a deep breath and rejected the offer. He was willing to risk everything to retain full control, even if it meant facing a future filled with uncertainty. He went back to his teams, his engineers, and rallied them together for one final push. With relentless determination, Musk poured every ounce of energy he had left into ensuring that SpaceX and Tesla survived. The rockets that had failed before were given a final chance. The engineers worked around the clock, fueled by Musk's vision, knowing that failure was no longer an option. And then, finally, the breakthrough came. The first successful launch in years. The rocket soared into the sky, a triumph not just for Musk, but for humanity itself. SpaceX was back on track. At the same time, Tesla, which had been struggling with production delays and financial instability, turned the corner. Musk's persistence paid off as the world finally began to recognize the true potential of electric vehicles. Tesla's stock skyrocketed, and the company was once again at the forefront of the green energy revolution. Just as things seemed to settle, however, an unexpected twist surfaced. A mysterious figure, one who had quietly supported Musk from behind the scenes, made a revelation that stunned him. The real reason for the early failures wasn't technical at all. It was sabotage. Someone had intentionally delayed key projects within both SpaceX and Tesla, trying to undermine Musk's progress. It wasn't the first time this had happened either. Musk's worst fears, the doubts about his own ability, had been stoked not by his own shortcomings, but by forces working against him in the shadows. Now, knowing the true extent of the attack on his empire, Musk stood at yet another crossroads. The stakes had only risen higher. But no matter what, he had emerged victorious in his greatest battle yet. With his resolve stronger than ever, Musk realized that no matter the odds, he was prepared to continue the fight. The world was changing, and Musk had no intention of stepping back. The future, after all, had never looked brighter or more dangerous. With the sabotage uncovered, Musk's determination reached new heights. The knowledge that external forces had tried to crush his dream fueled his resolve, but it also gave him clarity. He had always known that the road to changing the world wouldn't be easy, but this was something different. It wasn't just about overcoming technical failures or financial hurdles anymore. It was about protecting the integrity of his vision. He knew that the true battle wasn't just for rockets or electric cars, but for a future where innovation could thrive without manipulation or obstruction. Musk didn't stop there. He swiftly made adjustments within both Tesla and SpaceX, rooting out those who had tried to undermine him. It wasn't just about the companies anymore. It was about the culture, the integrity, and the very essence of what he stood for. He made sure that the people who believed in his mission were the ones who shaped the future moving forward. As Tesla continued to break records with its electric vehicles, pushing the limits of sustainability, SpaceX's rockets soared higher than ever, symbolizing a new era for space exploration. Musk's vision of a cleaner, more interconnected world was starting to take shape in ways he'd only dreamed of years ago. The skeptics had been silenced, and the doubters had been proven wrong. Yet, Musk's journey didn't end there. He had come to realize that his true purpose wasn't about creating the most successful companies in the world. It was about creating a world where future generations could thrive. It wasn't just about Mars anymore. It was about securing the future of Earth itself, a planet facing increasingly urgent challenges. The final twist, though, was that Musk, having faced immense personal and professional challenges, had come full circle. He realized that the secret to his unyielding drive wasn't just his ambition to build rockets or electric cars, it was his deep desire to leave behind a legacy that mattered, a legacy that would inspire others to think bigger, dream bolder, and never give up on their vision, no matter how impossible it seemed. As he stood looking at the stars, with SpaceX's latest launch lighting up the sky, Musk knew the road ahead was still uncertain. But for the first time, he understood that his purpose wasn't just about changing the world for himself, it was about changing the world for everyone. And that, in itself, was the greatest victory of all.